everybody, welcome back to 6.1 day 2. The other day we looked at the sum of the interior angles of a polygon. Today we're going to be looking at the sum of the exterior angles of a polygon. Okay, so first of all, let's look at what is an exterior angle of a polygon. And that is basically when we take a side and extend it out further, and it forms this angle with the other side on the outside of the polygon. Okay, so we have our interior angle. So this would be right here, my interior angle. And then combined with my exterior angle on the outside right here, together they would form 180 degrees with that side. Okay, so how we're going to find the sum of the exterior angles is we're going to take the sum of the interior, both our interior and our exterior angles together. Okay, and that's 180 degrees. So we're going to take that sum of those both, 180 degrees, and multiply it by how many angles we have. Okay, and that is 8 sides, so we're going to multiply that by 8. So 180 degrees times 8 gives us 1440. So 1440 degrees with all those around there. But we don't want all those angles, right? We want just the exterior. So we're going to subtract the sum of the interior angles, right? All the inside. So that's going to be our, let me put this in parentheses here so we don't mess this all up. Okay, so there's going to be 1440 degrees here. There we go. And we're going to subtract my sum of my interior angles, right? And if you remember, that's my n minus 2 times 180. And in this case, it's going to be 8 minus 2 times 180. So that would be 6 times 180. And in this case, I believe that's 1080. Yes, it is 1080. Okay. And you put those all together and it gives you over here 360 degrees. Okay, so the sum of my exterior angles is 360 degrees. And the beautiful thing is it doesn't matter the size of the polygon. It could be 5-sided, it could be 10-sided, it could be 100-sided. The sum is always 360 degrees. Okay, so we don't need to memorize any formula. All we need to really know is this number here, 360 degrees. That's what it always is. Okay, so what is the sum of the exterior angles measures of a 17-sided polygon? Well, it's just 360 degrees. Okay, that's simple. Well, we start to put it together a little bit, more here. So notice that this side is extended this way and this side is extended that way, but this one comes up this way. It doesn't really matter because if I extend this side this way like this angle right here and 3 are vertical angles, so those are the same. So it doesn't really matter how the sides are extended. They're going to be the same measure. Okay, so don't let that flip you out. So we're going to find the sum of these exterior angles. And so I'm going to write out, I know that angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 plus angle 5 all have to equal 360 degrees, right? Because they're exterior angles, not interior. I also know that measure of angle 1 equals 3x. Put 3x in for angle 1. I know that measure of angle 2 is equal to 2x. So I'll be 2x here. I know that the measure of angle 3 and angle 1 are the same. So I can put 3x in here for angle 3. And 4 and 5 are both 90 degrees. So plus 90, and that has to all equal 360 degrees. Now I can simplify. So this becomes 8x plus 180 equals 360 degrees. I can subtract 180. Whoops, there we go. 8x equals 180. And divide by 8. And we get x equals 22.5. Okay. Now, it doesn't ask us what x is. It asks us what is the measure of each angle, right? So we know that x is 22.5. Well, each angle measure, angle 1 is 3x, right? So if we take 22.5 times 3, that should give us, what is that? 67.5. So that's 67.5 degrees. 3 is the same as 1, so that's also 67.5. Okay. So angle 1 equals 67.5. Angle 2 is going to be 2 times 22.5, so that's 45 degrees. Angle 3 is going to equal 67.5. And of course, angle 4 is 90, and angle 5 is equal to 90. So they ask us what each of those angle measures are. Okay? All right, now what are the measures of each of these interior angles shown here? Well, this is kind of another long one. Okay, so we have to take each of these angles. So we're going to take 3x plus 4 plus my 7x minus 3 plus my 6x plus 12 plus 12, there we go, plus my 6x minus 3 plus 90 equals, now we're talking about interior angles here. Okay, and this is a pentagon, not a pentagon, sorry. Yeah, it's pentagon, 5 sides. That's going to be 540 degrees. Okay, because we have over here 5 minus 2, which is 3, times 180 gives us 540 degrees. Okay, so we're going to take all of these now and simplify. So it's going to be 3 plus 7 is 10, plus 6 is 16, plus 6 is 22, right? So 22x plus, and we're going to take our, what is that? 4 minus 3, and then plus 12, and then minus 3 again, plus 90, and that gives us 100. So 22x plus 100 equals 540. So I'm going to subtract 100 here. 22x equals 440. So I take my 440, now I divide that by 22, and what that's going to give us is a nice 20. Okay, so x is 20, but again, that's not what it asks us. It wants to know what the angle measures are. So 3 times 20 is 60, plus 4, this is going to be 64 degrees. 7 times 20 is going to be 140, minus 3 is 137. 6 times 20 is going to be 120, plus 12 is going to be 132. And then 6 times 20 is going to be 120 minus 3, which will be 117. Okay, and that's all of our angle measures. And of course, the other one is 90 degrees. Okay, so the measure of each interior angle. So now make sure you know the difference between interior and exterior. So now we're talking about our interior angle of a regular 100 is 3x plus 26.4. So this is each interior angle now. 3x plus 26.4. What's the value of x? So that's the one where we take our 100 minus 2 times 180, and we're dividing it by the however many sides, right? By 100 sides, because we want each individual, each angle. And that's going to be equal to 3x plus 26.4. Okay, right here. So then this is going to be 98 times 180 over 100 equals 3x plus 26.4. So 98 times 180 is going to be, well, I'm just going to go ahead and divide that by 100 also. That's going to give us 176.4. That equals 3x plus 26.4. Now I can subtract that 26.4. And that's going to leave us with 150. Equals 3x. And if we divide by 3 on each side, we should end up with 50 for our, for equals x, for our value of x. Okay? So just remember your different formulas. Are we talking about each interior angle or the sum? And then are we talking about interior or exterior angles? And so watch out for that, okay? Okay, so this is kind of the summary of everything. Here's my exterior angles over here, my sum of my interior angles over here, and you all have an Excel in Google Classroom. Make sure you show all your work and answers. It should be just like an assignment, and I will see you all next Zoom. Have a good one. Bye-bye.